All right. As you guys are coming in, as you're coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be talking about a very serious issue that is going on right this moment, and I want you guys to be very attentive and just follow me. But as we're going to be doing that, we are going to be cooking at the same time. So as you're coming in, I want you guys to go ahead and just share this video right on your page. I can see a whole lot of people coming in. Yinka Almona, God bless you. Thank you very much. Let me drink this little stuff. Mm. Oluwajunwolo Motayo, what's up? How you doing, my dear sister? Motunrayo Ayeni, how you doing? Ajoke Oluremi, God bless you. Bible study. Bible study is online, oh, Kilo Chelege. You know, say Bible study is here with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Let's look for Sister Idowu. So we are going to be cooking today, and what am I going to be cooking as we're going to be discussing is we are going to be cooking this chicken. Uh, this is uh, this is roasted chicken with pepper and salt and everything. So we're going to be cooking it. Let me just run some water on it uh, to clean it up a little bit and stuff before I would tear it apart. Okay. Didn't you see UK? I've already greeted you. Bible study. That's what I'm saying. Your name is Bible study. I can see your name Bible study there. So maybe you should put your real name. Let's be able to see your real name instead of Bible study. All right. Sweetheart, I am not your slave. That's what we're going to be talking about. Sweetheart, I am not your slave. And like I said to you guys many times already, we are going to be cooking on this show. I'm going to be uh, bringing in guests also to cook with me on the show. You're going to be seeing my wife. Also, she will be joining me to cook. And for the benefit of many of you who do not know how to cook, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cooking this chicken. So the very first thing we're going to need is that we're going to need tomatoes. We're going to need the pepper and then the onion. All right. I personally, I do not use, I don't use bell pepper. I don't use bell pepper. I use just only the rodo, tomato, and onion. That's all I use. And today we're going to be talking about a guy uh, who is expecting the wife to actually be all in all. This guy is expecting his wife to be the cook, the mother of his children, his bedmate, his driver, the cleaner of the house, the babysitter. He's expecting the woman to be all in all. To be all in all. So we're going to be talking about that. What are the responsibilities of a man in the relationship? What are the responsibilities of a woman in the home at the same time? So the very first thing I'm going to do with this pepper is I'm going to cut it into pieces. Baby, baby. I'm looking at you on my side like this. I'm just looking at you from the side. All right. Be dodging. Continue dodging. Like as if to say, I want to take money from you, Abby. I want to collect your salary from you. That's why you're dodging me. Continue doing it, though. I'm not going to say anything. I'll keep on watching from the sideline. All right, so I'm going to have the tomatoes and the onion and everything cleaned out right now. And then I'm going to put them inside of the blender to blend them up. Then I'm going to get ready to discuss issues with you guys at this time. It's very, very good to have a very understanding wife or very understanding husband also. If you are not understanding, if the two of you are not playing together, if there's no agreement between husband and wife and there is no understanding, there'll be a lot of a lot of situations in that relationship. The relationship is standing on one leg because the two of you will be very sensitive. You don't even know what to do. You don't know what to say that will actually trigger any kind of misunderstanding or quarrel inside of that home. So if you are still single, you are lucky because it's actually at this time you can find the right husband, the right wife, somebody that will be very loyal to you, somebody that will understand you, and somebody you can actually have a discussion with. You see, this kind of discussion is supposed to have been done like at the beginning of the relationship. It's not supposed to be until you get married before you start discussing who is supposed to be the cook, who is supposed to be the babysitter, who is supposed to be the cleaner in the home. It's something, the two of you supposed to have discussed right from day one. Right from day one. But because a lot of people, we are very much in a hurry. We're very much in a hurry to get married. We just want to have the wedding ring, want to have the wedding gown, want to rent the limo and invite musicians and all that kind of stuff. We are always in a hurry. We are in a hurry, and we don't take our time to even discuss any marital issues at all. We just jump right there into church and start dancing. And we dance and dance, and then at the end of the whole stuff, we're going to get into marriage and start finding out that it seems like this person I'm in love with, or this person I'm in a relationship with, does not understand my place, either as a husband or as a wife. As a husband or as a wife. All right? So we need to actually set these rules right from the beginning. Right from the beginning, you're supposed to let them understand what they are going into so that they can be prepared for it. All right. So what we're doing right now is we're going to be blending the pepper. All right. I'm not sure if the noise is not going to disturb. All right. Woo! Woo! Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go. All right. Now we have nice one right here. Okay. So I wish I met you 20 years ago. I believe I would be single by now. No, you won't be single by now. You will know exactly what to do to make your marriage to work better. All right. So let's pour the pepper into the pot. Let me just quickly clean this one. All right. So, number one thing I want to quickly say to you guys is this. When we are talking about the responsibility of a wife in the home, excuse me. We are talking about the responsibility of a wife in the home, or maybe you're looking at the responsibility of the husband in the home. Most of the time, we always want to say, oh, the wife is the one that will be in charge of the kitchen. Every time we talk about kitchen, we always talk about women. And you will find out that the best of the best chefs in the whole world today, they are men. The best, the best chef in the world today is a guy. Men, a lot of men are actually in the kitchen. A lot of men, they take care of the kitchen now. They are inside of the kitchen. They cook all manners of different kind of dishes and stuff. And even when they get home to their wives, they are the ones cooking in the kitchen. The two of them must actually team up to do the cooking. You see, the kitchen is not the office for a woman. It's the office for every one of us, for the two of us. We are meant to be there in the kitchen together, not just only the female. Not only the female. Like today, I've washed the dishes, I've cleaned up the place, I've done a lot of things around the kitchen today. All right, I spend more time in the kitchen, even more than my wife. It's not because I feel like, okay, it's my job, but one thing I see is that we are supposed to help each other. All right, whenever she's available, she can do it. Like On weekend, she actually mopped the floor, cleaned all the stuff, the fridge, cleaned it out. She cleaned it out. She cleaned the stove, and she cleaned all manners of everywhere. You see, I cleaned the surface, but she will come in the weekend and clean inside of the whole stuff. So we help ourselves. She will clean the windows all over the place and make the whole place look beautiful. So it's not like it is the responsibility of one person. It's not the responsibility of one person to do one thing or the other. So when we're looking at the responsibility of a man, if you believe with me according to the scriptures, you will find out that the man is the head of the home. God created the man to lead. So a man that is the leader, they call them the servant leader. They are leading by example. So if you are not able to lead by example, you are not actually ready to be the leader in a home. Now, this particular young lady is telling the husband, he says, sweetheart, I am not your servant. I am not your slave. All right. There are so many African women, especially the Yoruba women. They have been converted into slaves in their own homes. I'm really sorry to say that. A lot of Yoruba women are slaves in their own homes. They're slaves in their own matrimonial homes. Because majority of the Yoruba people, Yoruba male that I know, majority of them, they cannot do Jackie Robinson. Majority of them. I still love the Igbo guys. The Igbo guys, they take out their wives, they pay the bride price, 1 million naira, 2 million naira, 10 million naira, and then they still take out their wives. I love the Spanish men. The Spanish men, they keep their wives down at the house, they go to work, make the money, bring the money home. At the same time, they still clean, they still cook, they still do all manners of things in the house. As the women are busy, they're busy taking care of the children, the men are actually busy helping out. Helping out. You see, when you help out your wife, when you help your wife in the kitchen, it's going to be very easy for the woman to open her legs at night. I'm going to repeat that. If you help your wife in the kitchen, you help your wife in the living room, you help your wife taking care of the children, it's going to be easy for her to open her legs at night. You see, so many of women, we love sex like crazy. We love sex. It's just banging, banging, banging. And every little touch like this, the banana will be up like can, all the time. 24/7, you just want to do the banana business, okay? There's nothing wrong in that. Women love it too. Women love it too. They want it. They want it all the time. They start screaming. They start doing all manners of ringtone and all kinds of stuff for you. You know, they love it also. But the issue is that when they are tired, it's a lot of work. You see, lifting up one's legs and opening the legs all the way like this, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy to keep your legs open. Hello, can I say that again? It takes a lot of work to keep the legs open. You know, you want a woman to keep her leg open, and then you put one leg on your shoulder, and you press one leg down, and you flip it all around the place, and you turn around, and you climb on top of her, and you put the breast like this, and you pump the breast like that, and you squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to do that. So, but when you help in the kitchen, when you help, you know, with the children, when you help in the living room, when you get to the living room, try and vacuum the floor, you know, clean the table, you know, vacuum the couch and clean the television, and then come to the kitchen and help a little bit in the kitchen also, you will find out that the women, they will find that easy, you know, when they get to the bedroom for them to be able to do their matrimonial duties at the same time. Instead of now telling you that, oh, I have a headache today, I have a headache tomorrow, that's never going to be the case. It's going to be easy for them to submit on the bed. So when we are looking at the responsibility of a woman, the responsibility of a woman should not include just on, you know, it's not supposed to be like the woman is actually, the office of a woman is in the kitchen. You don't say that she's good in the kitchen and in the other room. No, that's not what it's supposed to be. No, it is the responsibility of the man. The man is the leader, so he owns everywhere in the house. He's responsible for everywhere in the house. A leader is supposed to know how to cook, how to utilize the stove. The leader is supposed to know how to operate the microwave. The leader is supposed to know how to operate the fridge, how to operate the dishwasher. The leader must know how to clean, how to turn, you know, the water on and off. The leader must know how to turn the light on and turn it off. The leader must know how to do the cooking, how to slice the tomatoes and put it in the blender. The leader must know where the tomatoes is, don't know where the onion is. The leader must know how to put all these things together inside the pot. The leader must know how to wait. It's not like I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Then the wife will start running all around the place and run, and you're actually sitting in the living room and say, as a leader, you're supposed to know how long it will take a woman to slice the tomatoes and then wash the meat and then boil the meat and put it on the fire, and before she will now make the okra or make the bakery. And you're supposed to know the time for her to be able to put the water on the fire to make the amala. So you gotta wait. All right. So many of the Nigerian Yoruba men will just come from work and be expecting a magical occurrence, like the food's supposed to be on the table. But you have forgotten that the woman has gone to work too. All right. The woman has gone to work. She came back from work and now she is in the kitchen, now trying to cook. All right. And the kids are there too, running all around the place. All right. She must clean the living room because you don't like a dirty living room. All right, you don't appreciate it. Oh, Pastor, I don't appreciate a dirty living room. I don't like it when the living room is dirty and stuff. But you have kids. You have 2-year-old kids, 3-year-old kids, and everybody walking all around and running all around the place. You have kids. All right, so the house will be dirty. And when the house is dirty, somebody's going to clean after them. And then it's the same woman that is going into the kitchen, the same woman that is jumping all around after work, the same woman that is cleaning the floor, the same woman that is washing the bathroom. That same woman is the one spreading the bed, the bed sheet on the bed, cleaning everywhere. The same woman is now in the kitchen right now, trying to make sure there is a magical occurrence that will occur the moment you appear in the house. The dining set or the dining table must be set. And then the food must be delicious too. Now, to cook a delicious meal, it doesn't take 5 minutes to do that. 5 or 10 minutes can't cook a delicious meal. You want a delicious meat, it must be from the start. You must know exactly, you must give it time to boil, you must give it time, all the time needed. I'm talking about a lot of time. So you don't want to rush it. You don't want to rush it and be expecting a delicious meal. And by the time the woman will help and put the whole stuff together and bring it to the table, you will now be the judge. You're going to be the judge right after that and be saying, oh, the food is not tasty. Oh, there's too much sauce. Oh, there's no salt. Oh, the palm oil is not boiled enough. Oh, the meat is too strong. And you say all this stuff. You say all of this stuff and you have not sat down to think 1 minute that this particular woman is a human being like yourself. You have not taken your time to think 1 minute that it seems like this woman is going to need help. You have not taken time to think 1 minute that it's possible for this woman to get worn out, running all around like this. And then by the time she gets tired, she's going to come back at you. And by the time she gets fed up, she's going to come back at you. And then that's why you see a whole lot of Yoruba women today. They are so angry. They are so tired. They just want to give up right now because they are not getting the help. No help at all. No help at all from nowhere. The husband is not ready to help. I see men that will come from work and then the next thing he's going to do is like, okay, the food is not ready. So don't worry. I just want to step out, over there and just play with our daughter right across the street. And then they pick up their keki and they're gone. And then the next time you see them, the food is already cold. And then they come back and the food is cold, and then the next thing they want to do is to blame the same woman who's been cooking all day long. And then they come back after playing with whosoever they've gone to play with and say, I'm no longer hungry. The wife already cooked and I eat over there. And then how about the food that it took your wife 3 hours to prepare? And when you get back from work and you find out that your wife is still struggling to make the food ready. The best thing for a man to do, a godly man, a man after the heart of God, is that same man will come to the kitchen to make sure you help that woman to relieve her tension. Probably you want to take over the children and let the children be out of our way, or you want to help her in the kitchen to check out what she's cooking, what else does she need to do, or you want to vacuum the floor in the living room. Or you want to take care of the bedroom So that at that point in time, before you will finish taking care of the bedroom, she is almost done with cooking. And at that point in time, the two of you can now come to the dining table together with the children and you guys can eat. But when you put the whole burden on her, she alone is the one running to the bedroom. She alone is running to work, coming back from work, taking care of children. She must pick the kids up from the daycare. She will come back home and feed the kid. And after cooking for you, she must sit down in the living room with the children to do homework. And then by the time she will finish that, she has to go back to the room to study for her own exam. She had to study for her own, whatever she want to do. Or probably she got some stuff to do from work. She will now bring them out and start working on that at the same time. And then you get pissed off. Like, hey, when are you coming to bed? I need you now. And then you want her to come and have sexual relationship with you, but she's got a lot of stuff to do. The only thing that you can do is just to help her out. Or we won't be having situations and problems in marriage today if we Nigerian men are ready to help. If we are ready to help in one way or the other. I've been saying this for so long. I've been saying this forever. And I think it's time for men to start changing things around. Start changing things around. It's time for us to sit at home, help your wives. It's time for you to make their life easy. It's going to be very easy for them to open their legs to you at night. So many of you complain, my wife is not giving me sex, my wife is not giving me sex, and this, that. All right? And then by the time you ask the wife what's going on, it's not like the wife doesn't like sex, too. They do love it. But it's not just conducive. How do I cope? How do I make it happen? Sweetheart, I am not your slave. You didn't marry me to come here to be your slave. You married me to be your partner. So the man's responsibility is everything that needs to be done. You're talking about the responsibility of a man is to love his wife. The responsibility of a man is to cater for the needs of the wife. The responsibility of the husband is to be a fence around his family. The responsibility of the husband is to be able to care for his children. The responsibility of the husband is to make money to pay bills. These are the things. And then the responsibility of a woman is to help the husband, to support the husband. So when you're looking at, oh my God, what is the responsibility of a woman? The responsibility of a woman is for her to support what the man is doing. Support what the man is doing to make it easy for the two of them. Not actually for the two of them, to make it easy for the man. To make it easy for the man. To make it easy for the man. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to make it easy for that man to be able to be responsible, for the man to be able to do, exactly to perform, what God is expecting him to do. He will be able to succeed in the assignment God has given unto him. So that's why a helpmate is needed for him to succeed. So, but when a man is abandoned, when you abandon your position, when you abandon your responsibility, and you start gallivanting all around the place and jumping all around the place and going into drink with your friends outside, and you're hanging out with your friend in his own house, all right, and then you eat over there before you come home, and then you come home to turn the food of your wife down, all right, you're actually digging a grave. You're digging a grave. You're digging a grave. I'm not going to lie to you. You're digging a grave. The moment you are responsible and you know how to do this stuff, helping your wife in the kitchen, helping your wife with children, you begin to see a change. You begin to see a change. You will see the beauty in marriage. There is so much beauty in marriage. You will never believe it. There's so much love, so much connection, so much relief, so much peace, so much understanding, in the relationship, that when two people come together, okay, as one flesh, is always very sweet. And there will be progress and prosperity when the two of you work together. She will be able to perform well, you will be able to perform very well because the two of you are not overworking yourselves. All right. There is a division of labor. When you are cooking, she is cleaning. When you are taking care of the children, she is doing something different. Don't abandon everything on her neck. Don't let her do it all because you are the one going for the money. She is working too. All right. If you want to keep her as a full-time housewife, that's different. All right, you keep her as a full-time housewife, but don't come back and say she's not productive because a full-time housewife should be getting paid because taking care of the children, when you take the children to daycare, you know how much you pay there. So she is the daycare. When you order food from the restaurant, you know how much you're going to pay. Then she is the restaurant. When you get a maid to clean up the house, you know how much you're going to be paying. She is the maid also. When you get a gate man for your house to open the gate and close it, she is the gate man. At the same time, now think about how much money she will be making if she's allowed to work. If allowed to work. All right? So we have to appreciate each other, appreciate ourselves. That she is productive, you are productive. I don't see a reason why you should stop your wife from working anyway. Let your wife work so that she can have a life. Like I was saying during my show this morning, when somebody was asking about how can I make my wife to go back to school, so many of our Nigerian women are actually going back to school. Many of our Nigerian women are very educated right now. Only few of them don't want to go to school. Only very few. Nigerian women have been empowered. They want to do it all. They want to get it all. They are going higher in their careers. All right. So for a woman who is backward, you are digging a grave for yourself because you will not always have your husband with you. The man will not always be with you. You know, he might be there today, may not be there tomorrow. It's not because we are praying for him to leave you. It's not because we are praying for him to die. Because one day death is going to come take him. And one day it's possible for him to divorce you and walk away. We are not praying for that. But how about if it happens like that? What are you going to do? All right? What exactly are you going to do if it happens like that? And then the husband is no longer there. The provider has gone. Are you going to be jumping from one bed to another bed, sleeping with people? Or are you going to go to work and work double shift just to make sure that you keep your children together and you pay the bills to keep a roof over their head? It's not every divorcee that will get paid child support. You may be thinking you get child support and you may not get it. Some men, they will intentionally go and they will resign their jobs just because they don't want to pay child support. They will go back and live with their parents or go back and start working in McDonald's just because they don't want to pay child support. All right? And then how about if you didn't get child support? What are you going to do? Are you going to start sleeping with men all around, or what exactly? Are you going to be crying and be coming to a platform and say, okay, please give me money. I want you to give me money to pay my bills. I want you to give me money to do this or do that. All right? That is why every woman is supposed to be a professional. You as a woman supposed to make sure that you are a professional so that if anything should happen, you know, you're going to tell the family, saying, don't worry, I got it. I got it. You know, I can cope. This is going to be all right. We're all going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Sweetheart, I am not your slave. Don't treat me as a slave. Don't make me feel like a slave. And then with communication, you got to listen to me. Listen to me. You see, the definition of communication with men is just that I'm eating pounded yam when I'm coming, and then you go. And then you say, oh, I'm communicating with her. That's not communication. That's not what we're talking about. That's more or less like an instruction. All right? It's not about instructing her. It's about communicating with her. It's about talking. And sometimes you don't even talk. When it comes to communication, you can give signs. There's a heart-to-heart talk. It's a time whereby you actually lie down together on the bed and talk about things. You know, talk about things affecting you, affecting your family, affecting your job. You know, talk about things that you guys have planned for the future. Sit down together and have a talk. Don't brush things off. Don't sweep things under the carpet and say, you know what, let's just do laissez-faire kind of leadership. You know, after a long time, everything's going to be gone. Everything is never going to be gone. You're actually building a kind of a bomb underneath the carpet that is going to explode very soon. If you don't talk, how do you think she will know you? How do you think he will know you? You see, knowing each other is very important, and it's actually in communication you get to know them. You get to know them. And it's the same way you talk to God. Many of you don't even know God anyway. All right. If you say, do you know God? Say, yes, we know God. We have been talking to God. We have been shouting, die, 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 die all our lives. All right. We're dying, 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 dying. It's not in dying, dying. It's not the kind of prayer of dying, dying that will make you to know God. The kind of prayer that will make you to know God is a kind of prayer of relationship. Prayer of relationship will make you to know God. It's the time for God to talk to you and for you to talk back to God. Have you been hearing God? You have been going to church and be shouting and shouting and shouting all these years. But you've not been able to hear God. God has not been able to speak to you one time. All right? So is it prayer or praying is supposed to be a dialogue whereby you give and God will speak back? God will speak to you and then you speak back to God. That's the way it's supposed to be. You should be able to hear God if you want to communicate with him. That's when you'll be able to know God better. That's when you'll be able to know God better. You can't know him without hearing him. You must be able to hear him. You going to church and shout will not give you that privilege or that opportunity of knowing him. You see, the church people, the pastors of the church, they know you're stupid. They know you are so stupid that you don't even know God at all. So all they do for you is to bring you in 7 days in the week and collect your money. They just bring you in to collect your money, and they've been succeeding. They've been collecting your money all this while. They've been succeeding, collecting your money all this while. And you don't even know God. You can't even talk to God. Every time there is a situation, you run back to the pastor. Every time there is a situation, you run back to the prophet. And the prophet will see that as an opportunity to take your money again because you don't know who you're serving. You don't know the God you're serving. It's very difficult for you to communicate with God because you can't communicate with him if you don't know him and can hear him. And so also in marriage, if you don't talk, you cannot walk. If you don't talk, you can't walk. To walk in marriage, for your marriage to work properly, you gotta talk. All right? It's just like faith. If faith you did not walk will never work for you. Oh, I have faith in God. I have faith in God, but you are not walking the faith. You are only praying and praying and praying without walking the faith. If you don't walk the faith, let me tell you something, the faith is never going to work for you. It's just the same thing, the same thing we have in marriage. If you don't talk, you can't walk. It's in marriages that you see that is working today is because they talk. They quarrel, they have misunderstanding, they don't run away from accusation. Now, a lot of Nigerian men don't like to talk. A lot of Nigerian men don't like to answer questions. When questions are coming to a Nigerian man, they get defensive. All right? The moment you become defensive whenever your wife is asking questions means that you're having something to hide. All right? You want a peaceful marriage, you better be ready to talk. You better be ready to talk. You better be ready to talk. All right? You better be ready to talk. You see, the talking part of it means that we are communicating. We are saying things that need to be said. We are actually opening up issues that needs to be opened. We are actually asking the right question and getting the right answers all the time. And we do this constantly. Where is your money? How much do you make? A lot of you guys don't even know how much your husbands are making. Many of you don't even know how much your wife is making. So many of you don't even know the position your husband is holding at work. You just know that he's working in FedEx. Oh, he's working with DHL. Oh, what does he do there? I don't know. He's just working there. Maybe he's a kind of a handler. You don't even know. Maybe he's in management. You don't even know. You don't even know the office is occupying. You've never been there. You never visited him. You have never visited your wife before at work. You don't even know your wife's friends. You guys don't talk about it. You don't talk to that level of, are you qualified for promotion yet? Are you taking any exam for promotion yet? What do you want to do with your job? Are you going to be on the job forever? What are you planning to do in the next 5 years? What do you want to do with money? What do you want to do with junior? You don't even talk about this stuff. A lot of Nigerian men will say, when we get to the bridge, we cross it. Listen, You got to calculate how far is the bridge. There must be an understanding of how far the bridge is to you. How long will it take you to get to the bridge? You must know all this. All this stuff is not supposed to be something you will do when you get there. No, this is something that you must first of all know how far the bridge is to you. How long will it take you guys to journey before you get to the bridge? All right. What are the dangers around the bridge? What do we have at the other end of the bridge? What are we going to get at the other side of the bridge? All of this stuff must actually be part of what you discuss. You must discuss this whole stuff right from the beginning. And you continue to discuss continuously. It's a continuous talking. That's what communication is. You have to open up to her. She must open up to you. The two of you must talk about every little thing. You must talk about money. You talk about sex. You guys must talk about God. You guys must talk everything together. And you guys must be able to pray also. Pray constantly together. Don't be having somebody pray for your marriage. Do it yourself. Don't be having people pray for your marriage. Madam, we are praying for you. Madam, we are praying for you. They're not praying for you. They got problems. The problem that the pastor is facing is actually greater than your own. And they will say they're praying for you, but you are so stupid that you believe them. All right? And you believe them. Instead of you growing by yourself and planning to pray for yourself and pray for your husband and let your husband pray for you, you're believing a pastor saying we are praying for you. It's time for you to wake up and pray for your marriage by yourself. All right? Pray for your marriage by yourself and let God be able to bless your union. And that's when prosperity will start coming in gradually. Right now, let me take a break real quick and actually just explain what I'm doing here to you guys. At the moment now, I have the chicken washed already, and now I have the Maggi, or which one is this? The Knorr chicken. That's a Knorr chicken cube. I'm going to be putting the Knorr chicken into it. My God. Some people say, who say, oh, no, it's not good. This is not good. This is not good. Well, I know a lot of things are not good. Sometimes you want to use palm oil to cook. They will say, oh, it's not good. Later, you want to use vegetable oil. They will say, oh, it's not good. You want to put dry pepper. Oh, it's not good. You want to put onion. Oh, onion is not good. Everything is not good. Every day they come up with a lot of things that are not good. Maggi is not good. Ajinomoto is not good. Palm oil is not good. There is nothing that is good. There is nothing that is good. Right? So it's more time now they will tell us to start drinking bleach. The bleach is good. Later they will say, oh, bleach is not good again. Later down the road, they will say, you have to start eating this apple. Eat this apple. Eat this apple. Later down the road, they will say, apple is not good. Apple will kill you. Apple will make you to know too much. People do say all manners of things. They say anything they want to say. So I am actually going to be cooking chicken today. So what am I saying is that, sweetheart, I am not your slave. You didn't marry me to come over and be your slave at home. Now, sometimes a lot of Nigerian men, they do rape their wives. All right? When you rape your wife, you don't understand. You say, oh, Pastor, how can I rape my wife? Is she not my wife? I know. And when you look at the definition of rape means that when you take advantage of somebody to have intercourse with them, when you pressurize somebody to have sex with them without their consent, when you force them into that act without their consent, without their agreement, that is what rape is all about. And so many men, African men, have been arrested on this case. For this case, I'm telling you, rape in their own marriage. They have been locked up in prison. Go and check it out. Go and ask people. They will tell you what I'm telling you is the truth. People have been arrested for raping their wives. Raping their wives. If the wife is telling you, I'm not interested, I don't want to do it, the next thing you're supposed to do is to actually come down and and ask the question. Excuse me. Come down and ask the necessary question that you need to ask. What kind of question are you supposed to ask? Honey, is everything all right? Have I offended you? Have I done anything wrong? And that's the time you're supposed to ask questions. And then you get to understand she's sick. She has been sick for 2 days. She's got malaria, or maybe she's got back pain, or maybe she's not feeling too good. Something's wrong somewhere, or probably she's got yeast infection, or maybe she's got toilet disease, or whatever. She will be able to tell you what is going on, and for you to be able to understand what exactly is going on. But if you don't care about her feeling, don't care about what she's going through, and then the next thing is you just jump on her and then you start squeezing the breast and you just tear up the clothes and take off her pants and force yourself into her, that is rape. That's a crime. And you're expecting these women to keep quiet and not say nothing. Do you know how many husbands rape their wives in Nigeria? A place where there is no law. Where there is no law. They don't care. They take it if anytime they want it, they take it. They don't care if you want to do or not. I paid your bride price, so I own you. It's like you're my property. It is they look at the wife as a property in some part of Nigeria, and then some of the people that are not really educated, that's the way they treat their wives too. It's just like right now Nigerians are changing gradually. They're changing gradually. They are, now the teaching is actually coming in gradually right now. They are understanding that women are human, and they need to treat them the way you treat your body, treat your own self. That's the way you treat your wife. When you realize that if somebody should put a pin in you, it will pain you, that's the same thing you have to think about your wife also. So when you go all around the place and be raping people all around the place, she's not your slave, for God's sake. You didn't get married to that woman for her to come and be your slave in your home. You got married to her for her to be a wife. A wife is different from a slave, and we are not supposed to even have a slave anymore anyway. Everybody's supposed to be free. We are not supposed to have slaves anymore. Everybody's supposed to be free. All right? So the way you treat your wife is so very important. You don't treat them as a slave. Treat them as women, as a wife in the relationship. Sweetheart, I am not your slave. All right? So many of our men will always want to fight to take the wife's money. You want to collect your wife's salary, or collect her salary. Is she not my wife? She's supposed to go work double shift and bring the money to me and stuff like that. And then you fight and beat her up and do all manners of things just because you want to gain control of her salary. She is not your slave. She's not. She is your partner. You need to sit her down. Let her have a reason to give that money to you. What do you give? What do you make? How do you handle your own money? Do you put your money on the table, or do you hide it? So many of you won't tell your wife how much you're making. So how will she know maybe you are struggling with bills or not? As a matter of fact, the two of you are supposed to put money together anyway. But if you as a man, you started working and hiding stuff, then see, like I always say, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So many of you men always want a woman. You want a woman that is actually good, a woman that is respectful, very nice. But at the end of the day, the kind of woman you are getting is actually arrogant and hiding stuff, very secretive, because that's you. That's who you are. You see, who you are is what you attract. You attract who you are, not what you want. And that's where you get it all wrong. You mix it up. You mix it up because you always think you attract what you want. I'm looking for a good girl. No, you can't get a good girl if you're not a good person. You attract yourself. All right? So it is good for us to do one thing, and that is to change ourselves. Change you first. When you're able to change yourself, you will find out that you start attracting people that are better than you've been attracting before. Work on yourself as a man. Work on yourself. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your behavior. Work on your character. Change your mindset around. When you change your mindset around, you will attract great people in life. You will attract wonderful people in life. All right. When you can help your wife in the home, okay, you are going to be a good man. When you can take care of your children, you'll be a good man. When you pay bills and not hide your money, stop hiding your money. Stop hiding your salary from your wife. Let them know how much you're making. Open up your account to your wife every month. This is how much I made. This is how much is in my account. This is how much is left. This is what the bills are. All right. Pay the bills. You will be respected. You don't come here to boss your wife around and then to put pressure on her, asking her to pay bills, asking her to take the light bill. You take the light bill, I take the utility bills, and you take this one, I pay the mortgage. You don't need all that stuff. All that stuff will be sorted out if you can be truthful, if you can be real and good. You will attract goodness. Let me tell you something. It's possible for you to have attracted a good woman, but because of your character, you have messed her up. Your character messed the woman up. All right? You mistakenly got the good woman, but right now, because of your stupid character, you messed the woman up. You messed the woman up. And right now, the woman, she was formerly a giver. She's now stingy, not because you want to be stingy, but because you turn out to be a stingy person. Because you yourself are stingy. You turn out to be a sensitive woman because you're sensitive too. You turn out to be this kind of a rigid person because you are rigid. You turn out to be mean because you're mean. You attract who you are. You create a monster out of other people based on your character and attitude. And that's what it is. That's what this stuff is. It's going to be until every one of you will believe it and know that the reflection of yourself is what you're seeing in your wife. The reflection of yourself is what you're seeing in your wife. She can be good. That woman can be good forever. It takes a good man to breed a good woman. It takes a good husband to breed a good wife. A good wife. You want to enjoy your prosperity. You want to enjoy your peace. You want to enjoy your marriage. It starts from you as a man. You are the head. There's nothing you can say that I believe. I'm never going to agree to nothing. You can continue to point finger to your wife all you like, but the blame is yours as a man. Nothing you can tell me. There's nothing you can tell me that will make me to believe you. I will never do that. It's you. It's the way you lay the foundation. You are the one that is the pace setter. The women, they follow you. They follow your lead. They follow your lead. All right? So it all depends on the direction you're going personally, and the woman is following you. And the kind of reaction she gets. And the way you treat her, that's the same way she's going to treat you. She will reciprocate every little thing that you give to her. If you give her love, if you give her understanding, you give her support, you give her goodness, she herself will give you the same. She will do likewise. She will do likewise. Okay? I am not your slave, sweetheart. I'm not your slave. That you make your mother will come to town and your mother will make your wife to become a slave in her own home? Come on, why? Why will you allow your mother to come and rule your wife? Because of what? Your mother is coming to town and then she wants your wife to be running around the place and be kneeling down everywhere and doing all manners of things. And then she's supposed to spend 4 weeks. She's actually staying 4 years already. She has stayed over time. She needs to go. She gotta go. She's not giving the woman peace. You put your mother on top of your wife. Why? Why can't she go to her husband's house and go be the king over there? She succeeded in ruling her husband, and let her go there and be ruling her husband somewhere instead of coming to your own house to sit on top of your wife. Your wife will now continue to work on eggshell. She can't even cook in her own kitchen because the woman will be peeping. She can't do nothing in her own home. The woman will be around and be peeping. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what is he doing? And then at the end of the day, you guys will go to the room and start talking and gossiping and stuff. I don't know. I don't understand. His son and the mother grown up like you, 45 years of age. All right? Your mother is coming to town and the two of you are locking yourself up in the room, talking. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Talking and locking yourself in the bedroom, and your wife is in the living room sitting down there watching TV by herself with the kids. Terrible. I don't understand. I don't understand. You're a grown-up man. You're supposed to be a man. Your wife is your next of kin. Your wife is your partner. The moment you get married to that woman, she's you. What God has joined together, let nothing put asunder. That's supposed to be the next thing. That's the next point right there. And nobody should contest that. Nobody should contest that. Sweetheart, I am not your slave. I'm not your slave. Come on. All right, I am not. I have freedom. I'm supposed to have freedom to do what I like. I'm supposed to have freedom to be able to have friends. I'm supposed to have freedom to be able to go to church. I'm supposed to have friends to go shopping. Freedom to go shopping. I'm supposed to have freedom to hang out with my friends also. All right, you don't actually lock me up in the house. Why lock a woman down in the house when you have the freedom, all the freedom needed? You go out to hang out with your friends all the time, but the woman doesn't have the right to do so. Or you take permission to go 3 days for a conference that I know, that you know, that is not a real conference, and you lock your wife down, she cannot go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You lock your wife down, she can't go nowhere, she must stay home. She must stay home. From work to the house. Oh, Pastor, I don't trust her. Oh, Pastor, I don't trust my wife. And she's trusting you like 3 o'clock in the morning. You have a life outside of marriage. But she doesn't have the right to have a life outside of marriage. You are supposed to be her only friend. She's supposed to talk to only you. If she want to go out, she must go out with just only you alone. People with that kind of mentality, they call them abenilori. Abenilori. Because you don't trust yourself, so you can't trust your wife. You believe every time she leaves your house, she has gone to have sex with somebody. She gone to have sex with somebody. And I see a whole lot of men with low self-esteem that when they go to parties, and if you're looking at their wife like this, just looking at their wife, for you as a man looking at their wife, they will not fight you, they will fight their wives. Why is the man looking at you? Why is he looking at you? I don't know him. I don't know the man. The man is just admiring me. Is that a problem? Oh, it's a problem. Why is he looking at you? Go and blind the person. I see a lot of men like that. They have so low self-esteem, inferiority complex. The complex is just too much that they cannot allow nobody to even greet their wife. For somebody greeting their wife like this, they fight the woman. They fight the woman. Why are they greeting you? Why is it only you that